Not all who wander are lost. Some of us are just out looking for firewood. Oh, yeah. Oh, good coffee this morning. I don't know how to have the sun's coming up here and it's shining right in my window. Do I have it like that, where I'm all lit up? It probably looks better for you, but I can't see. Or do I have it like this, and I'm like half covered up? Looks kind of weird. Well, it's going to be rising more here in the next hour. I think I'll go with this right now. I know it's bright in my eye. You know what I could do? I could do this. I really can't see yet. It's just all dark. Oh, I don't know. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Drink more coffee. Oh, yeah. And you gotta slurp your coffee, y'all. It tastes better when you slurp it. Yeah, there's water dripping down the thing here. You know what? Let's just do at least that way so I can see a little bit. Oh, that's good. Oh, I need more. More and more coffee. Oh, yeah, I'm still waking up. I've been up for an hour. I've had coffee and devotions. Oh, let's just do it that way. I've had coffee and devotions, more coffee, and I'm still trying to wake up here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Coffee morning, Saturday morning. Anywho, sorry to ramble here, but it's what I do. You know it's what I do. Anyway, welcome to another exciting episode of Coffee Grounds. I gotta have it just a little bit. There we go. I know it looks weird. It's like half and half, but what are you gonna do? This is episode 2. Started it last Saturday. This is the second Saturday of my Coffee Grounds little thing going here. I don't know if you guys like this or not. I just thought I'd start doing this. I still might do live streams on Saturdays. We'll see if I can get people to watch. I just haven't had many people showing up lately, but even if I don't, I'll do this Coffee Grounds thing on Saturday mornings where I just kind of, have some coffee and chat. This is just weird. There's no easy way to do this. And just have a coffee together and just share some thoughts and updates and things that have happened this week and stuff. And yeah, just I hope it can be a blessing to you. Anyway, I pray you're all doing well. It is a gorgeous morning this morning. Let some cool fresh air in. It is 42 degrees this morning. I actually already went for a little walk, and yeah, it is just a gorgeous morning. 42 degrees. I love it cool. So, can't do it. I am in Fort Collins, Colorado. I unloaded yesterday my, what did I bring? I brought canned veggies and fruit from Minnesota to the food shelf in Colorado Springs. And then I came up here to the rest area in Fort Collins on I-25. Stayed here last night. And this morning I'm going just 5 minutes north of here to the Anheuser-Busch Brewery, load beer, going back to Minnesota. So, yeah. And yeah, it's a nice, cool, crisp morning. The sun's up, mountains behind me. Well, I should have got some pictures. Maybe I'll get a picture for you at the end of the video of the sun shining on the Rocky Mountains, just to the west of me here. But anyway, just hope you're all doing well. In this episode of Coffee Grounds, just want to share some delays, struggles, but also growth and blessings. And I just want to talk about some trucking problems I've had lately, and it's like life problems too, but also just the learning and growing in life, and then experiencing abundant blessings and focusing on that, and just a few of my thoughts and stuff. And I'm also going to just show you, a few people have been asking about just DIY projects that I've done, and I got a bunch of different things that I've just made and put together and stuff. So I'm just going to show you a few quick things and just give you some ideas of different things that you can make, and pretty thrifty and pretty fun. And then I'm also going to do some shout outs. I don't know, probably about 20 shout outs at the end of this video, of small YouTube channels, and some are family and friends, and just some people I know on channels I really like, and in hopes that you'll give them a look and watch them, and just just help each other grow, and just get our channels out there just to share, so yeah. Okay, so this last week, I had some truck issues, y'all. I had some, just one thing after another. I don't know how to have the lighting here. I mean, I don't know if there's an answer. If I go like that, I can't see. If I go like this, I'm in the dark. But I'll just be a little half and half here. Anywho, but yeah, last week, where did it start? Well, first of all, I'm a truck driver, most of you know. I have a Freightliner Cascadia. It's a 2020, so it's 5 years old. I've had it pretty much the whole time. Yeah, I think I have had it the whole time. And I have 530,000 miles, 530,377. Yahoo! And yeah, when you get to be 5 years on a truck, and 500,000, some companies will trade them in, but some will just keep them and just run them. And I mean, you got to get your money's worth. A truck without the trailer, just the truck alone, a lot of them are like 100,000 or more nowadays. So you got to get your money's worth and stuff. And trucks break down. I work for a really good company, small company, and my boss is really nice, really takes care of the drivers and the trucks and everything. But trucks break down, and it's just life. And that's what I've been just thinking the last few days, and how it applies to life. So I've had some breakdowns with this truck. There's been, there's been some major breakdowns where I've actually had to have the truck in a shop, and I was in a hotel on the road for a while. And that has happened in, Maine, Ohio, Kansas, Nevada, Minnesota, just this past week. At least 5 times. I think more than that. I think it happened in Oklahoma too. Anyway, just where the truck broke down and I had to get it in the shop, and then I had to stay in a hotel until it got fixed. But my boss takes care of me, pays me for sitting, pays for the hotel and all that stuff, and we get the truck fixed, and we move on and stuff. But this past week, last week, or the last 2 weeks, I've been out 2 weeks, right? I think I've been out 2 weeks since I left home. I took a load to California and then back, and then I took another load to Colorado, and then I'm going back. I think that's what I've done. Or did I do another one in between there? No, I think that's it. It just took a while because of the delays. So before I got loaded in Minnesota, I noticed and I do inspections every day, and I watch things and try to keep up on things. And I don't know a lot of the mechanics of trucks, but you just do as much as you can as a truck driver and do your inspections and stay ahead of things, and get oil changes and get new tires when you need, and just take care of things when you see something wrong. Try to get things fixed before they become a bigger problem. You need to have road service and stuff. So but yeah, so I noticed I got loaded, and then I noticed I had 2 tires on my trailer that were really pretty bad, so I needed to get new tires. So I got 2 new tires before I left Minnesota, and that was a little bit of a delay, but at least I got them done before I left. By the way, I'm drinking Karuba coffee this morning. Hazelnut dark roast from Quick Trip. Oh, good coffee. I actually bought a pack of it. It's good. It's good. Oh, it smells good, tastes good, is good. Anywho. But yeah. So I got 2 new tires before I left. Then I went to California. I don't think anything happened on the way that I remember. No. I delivered in California. I delivered in Shafter, west side of Bakersfield. And then I went a couple hours north to Sanger. And I loaded oranges going back to Minnesota. And I was like a day early. But I waited quite a while because it was a day early. They wouldn't load me early, which I understand it, you know. So I waited till the next morning to my appointment time, and then I waited all day, and I finally got loaded in the evening, and then it was too late to start driving, so then I just stayed. So basically I was there a day and a half, and that was a delay. So, but then I was loaded, and I got rolling. On the way back to Minnesota, on the north side of Las Vegas, where my truck broke down a couple of years ago, and I had to spend a week there. Last place I want to be is Vegas. But right on the north side of Vegas, I blew a tire on my trailer. And so I pulled over, and I thought, oh no, I got to have road service, you know. It costs a lot more to have service come out and change a tire on the road. And it's I-15, all kinds of traffic and everything, and the tire was on the driver's side facing the traffic too, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want a tow truck driver to, you know, come out and or road service and work on a tire that's dangerous, people don't watch, and you know, all that stuff. And so I did. So I looked on my GPS. I said, is there a tire service nearby? And there was one like a few blocks away. So I just drove slow down. The off ramp was right there. I took the off ramp, and it was right around the corner. So that was a blessing. So it was close by. The funny thing is, it was right across the highway from the shop where my truck was for a week 2 years ago. That's just kind of funny. Anyway, I got to this tire shop, and it was about 4:30 in the afternoon. Was it a Friday? I don't remember what day of the week it was. I think it might have been a Friday. Anyway, I checked in there, and they say, oh yeah, we can fix your tire. And actually it wrecked the tire next to it, which happens a lot of times when a tire blows, and it broke an ABS line. And they said they could repair all that. They give me 2 new tires, fix the brake line, and but they'd have to wait till the next morning. Oh yeah, okay. So they said you can park on the street here, which is nice. I didn't have to go find a parking spot or move the truck more with a flat tire. So I was able to park there, and the next morning they fixed it. That was a delay. I mean, because this was like 4 in the afternoon. I was going to drive a couple more hours, and so that was a delay. So I got those fixed the next morning, and you know, it was like 10:11 before I got leaving North Las Vegas, going north again. So that was a delay. And then let's see, drink some more coffee and jog my memory. Yeah, I get it mixed up when I'm out for like a week, 2 weeks, you know, and all the things that happen. I try to get it all in order. Let's try to keep this under a half hour. Yeah, right. Anyway, I like to try to make these coffee ground episodes short, but anyway. But yeah, so then I started rolling, and went up through Utah, across Colorado again, and then into Nebraska. Had another delay. Where was I? I was right before York, Nebraska, and I had check engine lights come on. You know, and you can't ignore them, y'all. If you ignore them, you know, I mean, sometimes it's just a light, or it's a sensor or something, but you can't ignore those warning signs, and that goes for truck driving and in life too. Gotta check those warning signs, and you know, take care of things so things don't get worse. So I looked on my GPS, and I said, is there a repair shop, preferably a Freightliner? That's where I like to go. And there was a Freightliner in York, Nebraska, just a couple miles up the road. So, and I started to lose power too. So I had check engine lights on, and it was starting to overheat, and I was losing power. And so I took the off ramp and got to the Freightliner dealer in York, Nebraska. And this was a Sunday. Yeah, and they were open, and they weren't very busy. So they got me in right away. Yeah, it was 3-4 hours, if I remember right. Yeah, it was about at least 4 hours. Another delay, and got it fixed. It was the DEF. We have a lot of DEF problems. It's the diesel exhaust fluid on trucks, on big trucks. That's a big problem. It has to do with cleaning it's the carbon and the exhaust. I don't know. I don't understand it all, but it helps things, but there's a lot of problems with it too. But anyway, I got that fixed. They put a new DEF pump in, and yeah, and all these things cost money too. And I always feel bad. I'm like, oh, all the wasted time and expenses. The last couple of weeks, I don't know how my company made any money with all the repairs on the truck. And it's not my fault. I mean, it just happens, but I just feel bad. I want my company to be able to make money so I can make money. They pay us no matter what. That's the thing. Truck breaks down and they still pay us, and they pay, even sitting and all the different things. But I feel bad when the company's not making money. But anyway, got that fixed, got rolling. Well, now it's like, I like to quit driving by like 6-7 o'clock at the latest. Yeah, I drove a little ways further. I think I got into Iowa and stopped for the night at the rest area, or the truck stop, if I remember right. Anyway, kept rolling, and let's see. I don't think anything else happened. I'm trying to remember. I got to Minnesota. That's right. I was at the Owatonna rest area. I went for a little hike, and it was really hot. And I made the bandana video there. Yeah. Anyway, and the next morning I unloaded my oranges in Faribault, Minnesota. And it's Faribault, not Faribault. The L and the T are silent. I know, it's one of those weird Minnesota town names. Faribault. Faribault. For a long time I was saying it wrong. Anyway, I need more coffee. Then, yeah, so the next morning I got my oranges unloaded, and then I was going to go get a reload, and I was going down the road, and it was raining, pouring rain and everything, and check engine lights come on again, and this time it had an automatic shutdown, and it said 60 seconds, your truck's shutting down. So I pulled over before it shut down on its own, and because you lose all power, steering and everything then, and pulled over, and I'm like, ugh. So I had 2 check engine lights on, and the stop little light, and the warning, and the thing, and pulled over and shut it down. I'm like, ugh. Here we go again. I'm like, Lord, please, come on. It's like, so anyway, I had to end up being towed. At that point, you need to be towed. They can't work on and it's pouring rain. So a tow truck driver, the big tow trucks for the big trucks came out. And I always feel bad for those guys because, again, you're working on the road and the highway and people aren't watching, and you got to watch out for emergency vehicles, police and ambulance, fire, tow truck drivers, even just people on the side of the road changing tires. You got to watch for them, y'all. If there's a car or a vehicle or emergency on the side of the road, and you're in the right lane, you got to move to the left lane and slow down, and you got to watch out for people and just watch out for each other. But anyway, I always feel bad the tow truck driver out there, and I'm watching. I had put out my reflectors, and I had my hazards on, and he was in front of me. Anyway, I got towed, so I had to go back to Mankato, and there was a Freightliner dealer there, actually a brand new one, nice big facility, and they got me in there, and they got the truck in right away, and they were looking at it, and they said, yeah, it's some different issues. There's a sensor and some more DEF problem things, and and they actually said, yeah, you got a bunch of things going on in your engine, different things that need to be fixed eventually, and but the major is the sensor, the DEF thing. They had to work on that. He said, it's not gonna be done today. I'm like, that means a hotel. Okay, so my boss got me a hotel room, and it wasn't real nice. The reviews were horrible. I'm not picky, y'all, at hotels. I just like clean. And all the hotels in the Mankato area were all booked and everything, so they got me a hotel. Of course, they paid for everything, but it was fine. It was fine. It was older and not super, super clean, but it was fine. It was a night. So I stayed a night in the hotel. And then they got it fixed, and they worked on it the night before, and the next morning they got it fixed and everything. And so I checked out of the hotel, went and got the truck, and all was good. Yeah. So then what did I do? I'm trying to remember. I just drag out any more coffee. Okay, yeah. Then I went up to Rogers and loaded. What did I load? Oh yeah, canned veggies and fruit, and I just delivered that to Colorado Springs, Colorado, and no problems on the way. I don't think, and no problems so far, and everything's good right now. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna load beer today and head back to Minnesota. So yeah. With all that, so I've been truck driving for 23 years or so now, yeah. And lots of delays, lots of breakdowns and struggles, and I got videos on that if you want to watch, you know. Again, you know, I have like 580 videos. Please go watch my other videos. You know, if you like me, if you like my channel, go watch watch the archives of Marty's Ramblings. All the other seasons. I got like, well, I've been doing YouTube for 12 years now, 12, 13 years. I got like 12 seasons. Go watch the other seasons. That's what I do. If I like a YouTuber, I like to watch all the older videos. All kinds of great adventures, all weird things, and just, yeah, please go watch my other videos. Anyway, I've talked about the pros and cons of trucking before. And, but yeah, there's a lot of blessings in it, but a lot of, you know, struggles too. Lots of delays and breakdowns, and you've got to wait to get loaded, wait to get unloaded. The weather, the traffic, road construction, potholes, bad drivers, and accidents, all the different things, and just missing home, being away, there's lots of things. So there's lots of delays and struggles, but there's also a lot of blessings, you know, and, you know, I've learned that there's reasons for delays. Sometimes God is saving me from something, you know, and maybe He wants me to learn something or whatever, and, you know, there's delays and there's struggles and breakdowns and all the different things, and I just learned to roll with it and make the best use of my time. And I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. The sun is the thing, and yeah. But just to roll with it and see what I can learn from it. And, you know, I mean, you can get all mean and crabby and all that stuff. Let's see. Can I go like this? I can almost go like that now. Just sit up taller, and then I'm like this. I don't know. Anyway, and what can I learn in the delays and the struggles and all the things? And I have learned a lot. I've grown a lot. Just deciding to not get crabby and mad about things, and just roll with it and make the best of the situation, make the best of my downtime. Also, just to shine Jesus, and just, I mean, because a lot of times people are watching you to see how you're going to react to different things, you know, and it's like, you know, just, it's happening anyway. Why be crabby and get all upset about things? Just, okay, here's this again. What am I going to do in my downtime? How am I going to deal with it? What's, you know, what can I learn from it, and things like that. You know, so I've tried to do that, and I've learned a lot, and I've grown. That's made me stronger. And it, you know, when you have delays and struggles and different things, that I think helps you to enjoy and embrace and be thankful for the good times and when things go right, you know, as far as the, you know, truck driving. But that also goes with life. That's why I kind of been thinking about that this week, all the delays and struggles in my truck, but also in life. You know, I've had delays and struggles and trials my whole life, all different things. I mean, and we all do, right? I mean, from you know, health problems and financial problems, relationships, and our personal lives, and you know, work, and just all the different things of life. There's so many trials and tribulations and struggles and delays and all. There's a lot of, life is hard, but God is so good, and we all have all those different things. And I think it's good to just try to learn from them and grow. And when we do that, I think we become better versions of ourselves. And that's what I pray every day. I just ask God to just make me, redeem me, purify me, cleanse me, renew me, and make me the person, the man that He made me to be, who He created me to be, and just forgive me for all my stuff, and all my sin, all my failures, all my wasted time, and all the stuff. And He does, and that's the thing, to let go of the past, let go of the hurts and the failures and the regrets, and press on, and I think whether it's dealing with truck breakdowns or, trials and struggles in life, I mean, if we just do our best in the middle of it, try to just, what can I learn from this? How can I, and how can you maybe help other people and encourage other people in the middle of all those struggles and, in life, because we all have them. And and when we do that, when we press on, when we learn, when we grow, we're all abundantly blessed. We are. And we just need to focus on the good, focus on our blessings, and let go of the past, and just press on. So that's what I've been learning this past couple of weeks with all the breakdowns. It's just, it really relates to life. Life is a lot like that too, all the different things of life. And to just press on, and also just to live one day at a time. It doesn't do any good to worry. It doesn't do any good to fret, or just, my mind's always going all the different things of life, and I want to be better. I want to do better. I wish I would have done things better earlier in my life, and even now, I try to do my best, but it's just like, it's never enough as far as money for bills, and trying to be there for, my family and kids and grandkids and friends, and just and be the best worker I can be, and even doing my best in my hobbies, and my YouTube channel. Nothing's ever enough, but just take it one day at a time, and just do your best, but find joy in every day. And if you have Jesus, you have joy that you'll never lose. I'll never lose that joy. And it's a beautiful day. It's a cool, crisp morning. Make the best of this day. What is it, Saturday? It's Saturday. I'm going to load and head home, and, just make the best of this day. Try to just, and I ask God every day to just use me to bless somebody else, just to befriend somebody, to help somebody in need, and just to share, or whatever I can do every day. That's the thing. Live one day at a time. Cherish every moment of life. Help others. Try to make a difference. Cherish time with family and friends, and live life fully. That's what I always say. Yeah, and then share your life, and that's a big thing too. To just share your life, and as you go through struggles and come out of them, and you're blessed, and you learn. Share that with others and help others and going through that same stuff, whether it's another truck driver or another person in life, and just be there for others is so important, and just to share your life. So I'm going to show you a few quick DIY things, and then as far as sharing your life, again, that's what my channel is about. It's not about making money or making a living or making a business. No, that's never going to happen. My goal has always been just to share my life, help people smile, and just share whatever I'm doing in my life. That's what my channel's about. If it could grow, and it could be like an income, so I could be home more with my family and drive truck less and be home more, that'd be great, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. But that's not my goal. It's just to share my life. And I'm going to share about 20 small YouTube channels that they're pretty much I think all of them are kind of the same thing. They just like to share their life. I'm going to share them in just a little bit here. I'm going to show you a few quick DIY projects that I've done. So I encourage you all to be creative. God created us all, and And so we can create, and there's all different ways you can be creative, all different ways. I mean, you might be a woodworker, you might be an outdoors person, you might be a painter or a writer or a singer or a cook. And there's all different ways you can be creative, and just let all those creative juices out and make things and create things and then share them with others and give. And it's just kind of fun. So I'm just going to show you a few things I made here. And first of all, I'm not a sewer. I can sew by hand, but not very good. I'd actually like to learn. My wife has a sewing machine. I'd like to learn to do that so I can make pouches and kits for my backpacking and different things of bushcraft. But I don't know how to really sew. And I'm not a metal worker either. I'm a woodworker, so I can do that. But as far as making things out of metal and stuff, I'm not that. I've mentioned him a lot lately because he's one of my favorite YouTubers. He's a great guy, Dave Pearson, really big monkey. Check out his channel, super guy. He does a lot of bushcraft stuff, and he makes gear, and he can sew, and he can do metal work, and he can make some amazing stuff. Just shelters and cook kits, especially, just really cool things, and he's really great. Anyway, check him out. But he can do metal work and stuff. I can't do that, but there's certain things I can do. So I'm going to just show you a few things that I've done just real quick here. One thing I started doing is making fire cans. And here's the thing, y'all. You can buy, stoves for backpacking and bushcraft and camping and stuff. The fire boxes and the solo stoves and all those. You can buy all of those. That's great. But I like to make things. I'm thrifty. I like to make my own things. I don't have a lot of money, extra things for hobbies, so I like to make things. And these are so simple, y'all. You can make them out of soup cans and tuna cans and coffee cans, and they work great. I'm telling you, I think they work just as good. Yeah, it's not a rocket stove. It's not a gasifier or anything like that, but it works. I love making these. You just take a soup can and you put holes in the bottom and the top. You can put other holes in there. You could put a feed port in there if you want, but I like to just feed it through the top. I haven't used one of these in a while, but I like to. It's a self-contained little fire, a little stove. And you can have a twig fire in there. It's a wood stove. And you can have a little fire, self-contained fire, when you can't do a big campfire. And you can boil water on it to purify. You can cook, you can make coffee on it, you can cook food. And I love doing these because, first of all, they're cheap, they're free to make, and you make them, and then just have a little fire, and you just sit there and feed it. And I'm spitting, sorry, and you can see it in the sunlight. Anyway, I hope that adds to the entertainment here. No, sorry. But it's fun to just sit there and just feed twigs and cut up wood, and just, I really enjoy making these. And I got tons of these at home. I got a whole bunch in the truck here. So again, I have a lot of my hobbies in my truck, because I'm on the road a lot. But anyway, making these little I call them fire cans, but they're just so cool. Here's one. I made this one out of a tuna can. So they can be little twig stoves, fire cans, whatever you want to call them. But they also you can use them for solid fuel, solid fuel tabs and stuff like that. And then when they get to be a little bit small, well, and here's another one, another size. So there's all different sizes and kinds you can make, and they just work great. They really do work really well. And you get to where they're smaller, then it's an alcohol stove. This is for diced green chili alcohol stove. These work great, and you don't even need a pot stand because there's holes on the side. It works as a burner. You put your pot on there and you can cook on it. It really works. 1 or 2 ounces of denatured alcohol in there. Whoa, we got the reflection there. Go, whoa, hello. Sorry. And you can cook on it. They work really great. And the neat thing about denatured alcohol, and I like the alcohol stoves, there's no soot. And they don't do it. Your pots are clean and everything, and it works good. And then it burns away clean, and it's gone, and it just works really good. So that's what I like, the diced green chili one, because it's a little bit bigger. Now here's the fancy feast one that people have been making for years. These are so easy and cheap, incredibly efficient, incredibly lightweight. They work really well, kind of like a Trangia, but gosh, these are free and they work great. They really do work great, and they're so light and great. I just like them. And then you can make windscreens and pot stands, where you take the top and the bottom out. they work great. And you can not, this one doesn't have any holes. It works really great if it's really windy. You'll still get air and stuff, and you can even have it elevated on a couple rocks or something. Or this one, I use this one a lot. And I think this is a water chestnut can, and this works perfect for my little alcohol stoves that I make. The ones that I have a screw-on lid that have the screen in it with the insulation. I have like 3 or 4 of them. I just like making them. They work great. That's my favorite new little stove, alcohol stove. This pot stand works great because it fits in there perfect, and my canteen cup will fit on there, or a little pot, and it has ventilation in there, and you can lift it up because it doesn't have a bottom or top. This works really good, but you can make all different sizes and things, so those are really cool. And this, okay, I made something last night, and I thought it would be really cool for when I set up my hammock. And so I like to cook outside. I like to make coffee outside. And what if I could sit in my hammock and make a coffee or cook? I thought I want to make some portable little table that I could have next to my hammock, and I can move. And first I was gonna take a little pan or a little tray or a plate or something, and have a dowel, and then I was gonna do a steel rod you stick in the ground or something. I was just thinking of those different things, and I was going to get something different. Just use what I have, but I got to get a steel rod or something. How would I mount it? Where could I put it or whatever? And this isn't something I'm going to probably put in my backpack, but, I could have it in the truck or, whatever, the car or whatever, and just to have next to my hammock, I just thought it would be cool. Last night I made this. I had like 3 broken tripods in here, and I thought, how about a tripod? Whoop, what was that? Oh, I knocked the hat down. I got hats, y'all. I got hats hanging all over in my truck here. Anyway, I got the broken tripods. Why not use tripods for some DIY projects? So I had this pan. Sorry, hon, I'll get you another one. And I use this pan, for like when I'm using my alcohol stove or canister stove outside or in here. I have a couple other metal pans and trays just for extra safety for outside or in here. And I just bolted it to the tripod. And this goes up I think it goes up about 5 feet in the air, or it's really short. So I can use it like this. Just if I'm sitting outside somewhere, I can use it in the truck. But the coolest thing is I can raise it up to about 3 feet, and I can set it next to my hammock. I'm going to do that. I'm going to have fun doing that, and I'm going to make a video doing it. I'm going to sit in my hammock, and I'm going to make coffee or cook a meal or both or everything. Look at that. Simple. So you don't have to know metal work or any of that stuff. I just drilled a hole and put a bolt in it. I screwed it to this. It's solid. It's adjustable. So cool. I know. I'm not going to put this in my backpack. Well, I probably could strap it on the backpack or just walk down the street like this over my shoulder. I look kind of weird. I probably look weird right now, but I don't know. I just thought it was really cool. And then just real quick, I'm going to show you just real quick here. We're going to be done under 45 minutes here. Okay. I just wanted to show you a couple of my kits. Things you can sew, you can make, and even if you can't sew, think outside the box. Walmart, dollar store, thrift stores, Goodwill, military surplus. I really like military surplus. Flea markets, garage sales. Just have it in your mind as far as whatever your hobby is. This doesn't have to be just outdoor stuff, backpacking, hiking, camping, bushcraft. That's what I'm kind of talking about here. But it could be woodworking. It could be whatever your hobby is. Look for things that you can use to put together DIY kits and make things, and you don't have to do metal work or even woodworking or sewing. You can just put things together. Like the, I don't have it here, it's in the back, but the cook kit that I have in the truck now that I used for the chicken wild rice the other night, that was really good, by the way. And that garlic butter, oh my goodness, and the bread, and that was too much, but now. Anyway, it was good though. But you can just put them together. I didn't make anything. I just put them all together. There are kits that you just put together with different things. My canteen kit. This is my favorite way to carry water and to boil water, purify water. And so this has a canteen, a 1-quart canteen, and it also has a canteen cup in here. It has a stove in here. It has a lid in here, which is bent. I ordered a new lid, so hopefully that should be at home, honey. If you see it, Self-Reliance, I think it comes from. It's just a new lid from a canteen cup. Anyway. And in a little pocket here, I have a little lighter, and I have purification tablets, and I have a couple of solid fuel tabs in that little tiny pocket. That's all in there. You know, I just put that together. You know, and you can add things and put things together. Just think outside the box, and you can make really cool kits. I'm really big on my kits, on my pack. I don't like things bouncing all over. I like things together. You know, I have my canteen kit. I have my fire kit. I have a cook kit. I have a coffee kit now. I have a first aid kit. Sorry, I'm spitting again. I have a possibles kit. You know, a shelter kit. You know, all those different things, and you have them all together when you need them. This is a cook kit. You know, and this, I think this is a first aid pouch, but I have a Stanley cup in here kit. I have a whole cook kit in here. You know, I put that together. Again, I didn't make any of it. I just kind of put it all together, put different things together, and it just works well. Here's another one of my. This is my other. This is a backpacking cook kit. It's made out of a mess kit, really. And this pouch here, and that's the thing. Look, truck stops have really good gear, and a lot of it's for smokers, and I don't smoke. You know, don't smoke. It's causes cancer, and it's not good. Anyway, but they have all these gear and stuff for smokers and just truck drivers and stuff. But it works great for bushcraft and hiking and camping and all this different stuff. This is like tack gear. There's a lot of tack gear stuff in the truck stops, and it's got Molly on it and everything. This was like, I don't know, I think it was $5, and actually I had points, so it was free, and it worked really good for my mess kit, cook kit thing that I put together for my backpack. So that one's a cool one. And this one is another just neat little pouch. This is my coffee kit. So I have my little wood mug in there, and I have coffee. I have an alcohol stove in there, and the denatured alcohol, and a coffee stirrer in there, all in a little kit. I like this one. This is another military surplus pouch. I like this. It's really cool looking. This is my possibles kit. All kinds of just things you don't know where to put anywhere. I have a fishing kit in here, and a sewing kit, and some duct tape and toilet paper, and some extra candles, and a little flashlight, and a lighter, and a ferro rod. All kinds of different little possibles kit. Okay, so then, well, there's another one you can get at truck stops. And here's some just different pouches. Well, and here's my fire kit. I really like my fire kits. I have a fire kit in every single backpack, every single survival kit. I have a fire kit with multiple ways to start a fire and tinder. So that's really kind of neat. I like those. And I like the military surplus pouches, but again, you can get pouches everywhere. Yeah, we're going to go a little over. Sorry. We'll stay under an hour, okay? Not sure why this truck is honking as he's leaving here, but that's a weird looking Brady Bunch, Partridge Family kind of camper bus thing here. There's some really unique ones you see on the road. Anyway, so yeah, think outside the box of different pouches. Here's another canteen pouch I got because it was like 50 cents or something. It's a really nice one. It's an insulated one. I might use it for another canteen or something else. We'll see. I don't know. And there's other pouches you can get at military surplus. Here's another pouch I got at a truck stop. All kinds of different pouches where you can use for different kits and stuff. So yeah, let me get some coffee here. We're gonna wind down here. I like to keep these coffee ground episodes here under 30 minutes, but sorry, I've rambled a lot this time. But so I'm gonna we're gonna be done in just a minute here. I am going to do some little shout outs here. I'm not gonna talk about the people or the channels. You can check them out. But I'll have this list in my description of this video too. I just want to shout out to some small YouTube channels. Most of these, or all of these, are about the size of my channel or smaller. Well, actually a few of them are bigger, but they're all around 5,000 subscribers or less. Most of them are like 1,000 and less, but there's a couple that are around 4,000 or 5,000. Yeah, I think a couple of them actually hit 5,000. I don't know, toward the end here, but toward the end of this list, they're bigger channels. But anyway, these are just again, well, the first one is my wife, and then there's some friends and some other friends and people I've talked to, and there's some really cool YouTube channels, and these are all pretty much woodworking and outdoor channels, okay? And I just ask you to please check them out because they're like me. They just like to share their life. That's kind of their goal, is to share their life with their skills, their experiences, their heart. And please check out these channels and just help them to grow. And check them out, subscribe, like their videos, watch their videos, and just check them out. You might like them. Okay, maybe it'll be some of your new favorite channels. So please check these out. I'm just going to go through the list, okay, because we're running out of time here. I've rambled long enough. Sunshine Legacy, Bob's World, C-Dub62, The Wood Gnome, White Wolf Adventures, Cheesehead Chris, The Drifting Spore, Geezer, Weekend Hiker, Charlie Mike Woodworks, Faith Talks Wood, EDC Patrol, Wending Our Way, 4321 Woodworking, My Time Outdoors, The Vintage Hikers, Blaze Physio, Bluegrass Bushcraft, Red Swede Outdoors, Tales from the Tinkerage, and Scotty Survival. So please check out those channels. Again, they are smaller channels, 5,000 or less. Some of them are really small. Great people, great channels. I have learned from them. I've been encouraged from them. They're entertaining. They're fun to watch. A lot of different people, different channels there. So please check them out. Again, I have those channels in the description of this video. Please go check them out. They're a lot like me. They just like to share their life. So, couple quick things before we end here. Let's keep it under 50 minutes, okay? I would ask you to please comment. I really enjoy seeing your comments and talking back and forth. And please comment on this video and other videos. Please go watch my other videos and let's comment back and forth. Please let me know if you want me to do live streams, and I will do them. I just haven't been getting many views watching. You know, it's fun to have 5-10 people, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do one this evening. If you guys want me to do a live stream, let me know. Yeah, so I'm gonna load and then head home. Probably be home for a few days or a week. Be nice. I need some home time with my wife and just enjoy being home with her. And lots of chores to do too, but that's fun. And yeah, and then we'll have some videos and adventures at home. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And that's about it. This Coffee Grounds episode number 2 from Fort Collins, Colorado. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.